I by the time this video comes out, it's not gonna make sense anymore. But I can't believe that Elon is gonna leave Twitter as its CEO. Motherfucker bought that shit, made a mess about it, and he's like, oh well, I'm just gonna leave. I'm usually not the type of person to talk about this stuff, but like when I saw that, I was just like, what the hell are you doing, bro? You came into the kitchen, made a mess about it, and was like, oh, the janitor's gonna clean this up. Like, what? Come back here. Well, this next SCP might be a better being than Elon Musk. Who knows? It is called Beautiful Bones. Well, that's already an adjective that I would not describe Elon, or I would not give to Elon at least. Well, yeah, let's dive right in, shall we? And you all know what to do. Subscribe, like, and comment, because the Beautiful Bones ask you to. You all have beautiful bones. You're beautiful in and out. Euclid. SCP-1487 is to be kept in humanoid containment chamber 3821 at Site 23. Standard procedures in regards to humanoids have been put into place for this entity. Testing of the entity's anomalous properties is to be supervised by at least 2 Level 3 researchers. SCP-1487 is to be physically restrained when in the presence of humans or other living organisms, unless it is being actively tested. Weekly interviews to determine the psychological condition of SCP-1487 are to be conducted by the elite researcher of the anomaly, Dr. Miles Wright, Dr. Adelaide Fredericks. SCP-1487 is a female humanoid of Filipino descent. Oh, okay. The entity is 15 years old and measures 1.7 meters in height and 70 kilograms in weight. SCP-1487 anomalous properties have not been present throughout its entire life. However, it is unclear when these traits manifested. There's a lot of kids that get... I mean, of course, SCP is mutually accepting of every... SCP is E for everyone, okay? Everything and everyone can become an SCP. It does not matter how old or how young or how dumb or how smart, how strong or how weak you are. There's a chance you might be an SCP. SCP-1487 is unable to perceive or interact with any part of living organisms other than the internal skeletal system. Due to this, the entity is able to identify different animal species, but tends to have difficulty in distinguishing between individual members. Non-living materials as well as organisms that possess external skeletal systems or otherwise lack internal skeletal structure are not subject to its effects. SCP-1487, originally named Saffron, was recovered from the town of TN on the 29th 2012. SCP-1487 is unusually well adjusted to its condition and rarely responds negatively when questioned about it. At the end of the initial analysis, Dr. Wright, who specializes in dealing with teenage and young adult anomalies, was assigned to lead the research on SCP-1487. Here we go, the interview Delta. A lot of interviews in these 10 SCPs that we had to read. Okay, here we go, Dr. Wright. Forward. Following the initial containment, classification, and observation of SCP-1487, Dr. Miles Wright is a specialist in social adolescent-human interaction, was assigned to lead the research on SCP-1487. The following log comprises Dr. Wright's first interaction with the organism, as well as SCP-1487's first one-on-one interview with Foundation employee. Okay, Henry, what kind of voice should I give this guy? I'm running out of voices to do. You know what? I'm going to give him the, good day. Let's see what I may. Let's see. May I call you Saffron? Which has a footnote for some reason. Please note that Dr. Wright was granted permission to address SCP-1487 by the name it was given prior to containment in order to ease the humanoid and make it more comfortable, so that it might be more cooperative in interviews and tests. All the personnel are still required to refer to being, all other personnel are still required to refer to the being as SCP-1487. Sure. And what can I call you? Well, my name's Miles Wright. You can call me Dr. Wright, or even Miles, if you really want to. I'm gonna call you Miley, like the shitty singer. Smiles and shakes head. All right. I guess that's okay. So, can you tell me about yourself? Specifically, your condition. I need to do it more. I'm not missing the Sean Connery voice is a bit off. Shaken, not stirred. Yes. my dear. Oh, my dear. Well, it's close enough. Well, just like in October, about 2 months ago. And well, when it happened, I was like, holy shit. Because, I couldn't touch people anymore. And that's fucking... Yeah. My hand just kept going through people's skin like there was nothing there. And hitting the bones inside of them. I mean... I know the bones now, but back then I was even more clueless than I am now. So it was even freakier. Actually, I kind of like the feel of bones now. They're so smooth and strong, yet elegant, Oh, please don't... don't become like... a person who's like, I'm just gonna take out your fucking... just let me take your spine out, like just Mortal Kombat style, like... like... he just literally just... Wait, hold on. She literally just... like, just goes in with her hand into your body, and then suddenly just feels your spine, and the next thing you know... That's what suddenly runs through her head. Oops, that should not do anything, hopefully. I don't know if it does. Uh-oh. Yeah, that makes sense. Hold on. That was my bad. Let me just... There we go. Also, I realized that the fucking desktop audio never worked. So you never heard the beeps. You never heard the beeps, bro. No, and... Ah, man, I should have known. You still cannot hear it. That's because it's... Yeah, there it is. Oh well, sorry about that. That happens. But yeah, back to playing actual music. Okay, where was I? Yeah, but the idea of her just hearing Mortal Kombat music while she grabs somebody's spine is like now in my head. Have you ever felt a bone? If not, you should, because it's really damn awesome. Smiles and laughs. Oh, holy hell! You're weird, ain't you, Saffron? Well, I'm not sure you're not Mr. Perfect yourself, Miley. Anyways, months after that started happening, I also started just seeing skeletons. Like, not people at all, just skeletons. Spooky, scary skeletons. Well, in her case, beautiful, bashful skeletons. Not everyone, and it changes a lot. Like I would see someone in 1 second, look away, and when I looked back, they were just bones. It's been happening a lot more as time goes on. I see more and more people as just skeletons, more and more of the time. It's not everyone yet, though, which is nice. Like you, Miley, I can see you and your wrinkles just fine. Wrinkles? Hardly. Stretch lines, maybe, but wrinkles? I'm hardly old yet. I still think the Beatles are cool. Anyways, back on task. Does this happen only when you see someone directly? No, it happens with pictures and photographs too. Okay. Flip through the papers and people. Well, I think that's all for today, Saffron. But I think we'll be seeing a lot of each other in the future. Okay, interview log gamma. And here we have more interviews to go through. God damn, okay. The interview was overseen by Dr. Adelaide Fredericks. Wait a minute. Oh, because... Ooh. Something happened to Dr. Miles. Right. The interview was overseen by Dr. Adelaide Fredericks, specialist in child psychology in the interview room. The purpose of this was obtained a second opinion on the psychological condition of SB-1487. Hey, Saffron. It's Dr. Wright. I brought my friend Adelaide today so she can watch us and just take some general notes. Is that alright? Nods, smiles and waves at Dr. Frederick. I'm not gonna be able to remember her though, Miley. She's all bones. That's alright, completely fine. You can basically always expect that I'll be the one talking to you. But I'll be sure to tell you who's who if I bring people in from now on, alright? Sounds good, man. Cool. So, anything notable since the last time we talked? Yeah, some of these people have some very, very nice bones. Like, hot damn. You know, that's not what I meant. Whatever, man. You asked and answered. Is that all for the day? I got a long day ahead of doing nothing but going crazy, and I'm only behind schedule. Yep, I'll be out of your hair soon. These will most likely just be check-ins every week or so to make sure you're doing alright. Sounds good, man. Not to Dr. Patrick. Nice to meet you. Or not remember you afterwards. Epsilon. Again, the interview was conducted solely between SCP-1487 and Dr. Wright, with no one else in the room today. How are you today? Noticeably more reserved and quiet than previous interviews. I'm fine, Dr. Wright. That's good to hear. And no deviation at all? Anything to report? Want to tell me how good everyone's bones feels again? Nothing you want to say. I know we take a lot of tests. There must be something you want to tell me about. Come on. Something's interesting that happened in the past week. Even if you weren't really involved. Neither Dr. Wright nor SCP-1487 speaks for approximately 1 minute. Alright, well, we'll talk more next time. SCP-1487 is behaving drastically different from previous interviews, possibly due to dealing with the implication of its condition. Dr. Fredericks will be present at the next week's interview. I think this is where everything's gonna go to shit. SCP-1487, Dr. Fredericks, she's interviewing her now. This interview was originally meant to be conducted by Dr. Wright. However, SCP-1487 refused to speak to him and requested to be interviewed by Dr. Fredericks. The entity continued to refuse to talk until Dr. Wright left the interview room. Hello. Saffron, was it? Yes, Doctor. That's it. Well, what's wrong? What do you want to talk to me instead of Dr. Wright? Well, I assume you know how when I came here I was seeing people as skeletons randomly, right? Like how I would just see someone's bones and nothing else, and next second I would see them normally? Yes, I remember that. What about it? Well, over the course of the last few weeks I've seen a lot of people on my way to my testing, taking care of my room regarding other things here, you know. Last week it finally happened. It wasn't a just like that thing, really, but everyone was just skeletons, with no changing at all. I've stopped seeing people. That's not what I'm freaking out about. I saw this part coming. What is it then? Remain silent for approximately 30 seconds. I can still see Dr. Wright. All of him. No one else. Please help. Please, I can't do this. Don't bring him back here. Please, please, please. Is she like worried like Dr. Wright is like something abnormal? At this point, SCP-1487 lapsed into a panic attack and was subsequently aided by Dr. Fredericks. Following this, the information presented in this interview was presented to the Site Director of Site 23, Roger Langley. Action on this information is pending. So, why is she freaking out though? I understand that like she finds the idea of looking at bones attractive. Or like she likes, after a while she got to like looking at bones. But with Dr. Wright, she sees him normally, and that freaks her out. Why? Isn't it nice to have one person that you can still like see as a normal human being? Or is it because I can only assume because it never happens with him that she is kind of scared of him, because like maybe there's something about him that's not normal, and she's fully aware that she's in a place where not normal things exist. Who knows? Addendum ETA. Due to the constant interview logs that Dr. Miles Wright had been instructed to submit to several examinations, including but not limited to blood tests, DNA testing, and close inspection of the doctor's past. The purpose of these orders was to look for possible explanation of this anomaly as a precaution. However, Dr. Wright has been reported missing as of 19/12/2012. Foundation operators have been notified of this and are currently searching for Dr. Wright. A decision is also pending on whether or not SCP-1487 should be used to identify more Foundation employees that may or may not experience the same anomaly that Dr. Wright did. So yeah, looks like he was something else. Something else that wanted to keep hidden. But we will never know what he was. And who knows, maybe he had bad intentions. We don't know. Where's my... Did I close it by accident? Chat text, there we go. But yeah, you never know. Like, Dr. Wright could have wanted something out of her. We don't know. She doesn't know either. That's why maybe she was a bit freaked out, because she's like, it's like, why after all these weeks do I still see him as a regular human being? Because that's not how her thing works. Nobody has ever done that in her I assume in her living in public, nobody ever was devoid from becoming a skeleton in her eyes. Who knows? Who knows what it could be?